Hi, everybody. Jay Privman, along with Mike Watchmaker. We're going to take a look at the two big races this week that will impact the road to the Kentucky Derby. I'm here at Fairgrounds for the Louisiana Derby. And Mike, we've got two horses on our Derby Watch Top 20 list, War of Will and Country House. They were the 1-2 finishers in the Risen Star. They're back again for the Louisiana Derby. What do you think of the merits of these two colts?
Well, War of Will has been close to the top of our Derby Watch list ever since he won the Lecomte in his first race this year, and then especially after he won the Risen Star. He's an interesting horse. He's got positional speed. He's always gets good trips. Some people might be inclined to mark him down because he always works out good trips, but that's really a function of his running style. The thing of it is that I was left a little bit cold by his Risen Star, and the reason why is I thought the pace he chased was very unremarkable. It was very much in line with the other two legitimately run route races on that card. And despite getting a very good trip, chasing a pace that was unremarkable, all he could do was get a 92 buyer figure, and it was actually a step back buyer-wise from his Lecomte. So he's not meeting any real killers in this race on Saturday. For $1 million race, I thought it came up kind of light. I mean, half of his opponents are horses he's already beaten in the Risen Star or Lecomte or both. So, he's going to be heavily favored. He deserves to be heavily favored. He's okay.
He's okay. He's one of the top choices on your future line. Hey.
Let me just say that, my odds when I set a future line, it's what I would expect the betting public to do in this race, which is different than my opinion. They're two completely different things. The line is set from what I expect the betting public to do. My opinion of War of Will is not as high as the betting public, I believe.
Well put on that behalf. I like War of Will in terms of his, as you pointed out, the way he is able to get positional speed and the way he can put himself in a really good spot during races. And I think that's really been of benefit to him so far. As for Country House, who chased him home last time, I'm hoping that he shows himself to be a more mature colt this time. He lugged in quite badly in that race, and I don't know that he was going to win that day, but he certainly was going to get his best chance to win by running like that. And we'll see what Hall of Fame trainer Bill Mott has been able to do to get some improvement out of him. As we mentioned, that's one of two races on the road to the Derby this week. The other race that's significant is the Sunland Park Derby. Mike, the only horse on our list in that race is Mucho Gusto, another one from Bob Baffert's barn. He heads to Sunland Park, and it looks like he's going to be a heavy favorite in there.
Yeah, it does. It does look like he's going to be a heavy favorite. It looks like the second choice, a horse who's been on our bubble, another twist of fate, is his main danger, at least in terms of favoritism anyway. And he's a huge question mark on dirt. We just don't know if he's as good on dirt as he has been up at Golden Gate's synthetic racing service. Mucho Gusto, he's coming off a win in the Lewis. It was a big win in the Lewis. He beat a soft group that day, but he looked good doing it. But that race was in the slop, and he's not going to catch slop in New Mexico this time. And while he did win his first two career starts on a fast track, he's been beating up on softer competition, and it's not like the Sunland Park Derby is loaded. But still, I think there's some questions about him, whether he could do what he did in the Lewis on a fast racetrack.
Right, and I think we might have seen what his ceiling is, at least as a 2-year-old for sure, in the Los Alamitos Futurity when he was well beaten that day by stablemate Improbable. I'm still not sure that he's quite gotten to the level of Improbable or Game Winner, and we'll see if he does in fact take a step forward when he runs in the Sunland Park Derby. On paper, he is supposed to win this race, and he'll be heavily favored to do so. Next week, Mike and I will be back with a recap of these two races that we just previewed. And of course, here at DRF.com right now, you can also find a recap of last week's Rebel Stakes. For Mike Watchmaker, I'm Jay Privman. Thanks for watching.